Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? I'm here, Leandra Costa. Going to be joined by Catalina soon, talking about business. How's everyone? I'm trying to hide my socket. Hi, Catalina. How are you? How are you today? Looking forward to our conversation. View request. Catalina should be here soon. Hello, hello, hello. For you that's watching the future. Hi, Catalina.
Hi, Landra.
I
Great to
see
see
you.
you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Tell us, where are you speaking from?
I am in
For everyone.
Houston.
Oh
I
my.
am at home, and life feels like a tornado at the moment.
That's great. Well,
Really?
thank you for joining me
Thank you.
today and talking about business. You as a JCF,
Yeah.
and also I have some questions for you. I'm
Okay.
wondering what was your very first business, and from then now using the tools, how did it work? Using the tools of Joy Business Access Consciousness, how did it change? Tell me.
Okay. So let me start with what was before Access, because
Hmm.
it wasn't a business. It was a regular job. I am in Houston. I've been in Houston since 2006, and I worked in the oil business.
Ah.
So I had, you know, some part of it was following my knowing and creating with the tools of access without knowing the tools. And then there was another part that was like everybody else, like waking up in the morning, going to work, coming home, kids, blah, 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 and so on, and starting over the next day. So there were two different aspects. And when I read Joy of Business, the book by Simon Milasas, was like, wow, this is actually what I've always known. And
Mm.
because I thought that I didn't know anything about business,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when I read the book, I said, oh, wow, this is business done different, actually.
Uh-huh.
And then towards the end of 2020, I stopped with that. Well, I stopped. Like, yeah, I don't have that job anymore.
Hmm.
And I found Access mid 2020. And then ever since, I've been exploring and, you like many times going into, well, let me use the tools and do business my way. And
Hmm.
then falling into that trap of doing it like everybody else.
Okay.
Everybody else in Access. And then I realized it hasn't really worked well for me. And I've been in the question all the time,
Yeah.
And this year is like crazy because there is no form, no structure, no significance about it. And it's being in the question, being present, and things are really starting to change a lot for me.
That's
So
so cool. And so your business now, you'd say it is being a certified facilitator?
being a certified facilitator, investing, like
Uh-huh.
little things, all sorts of
Uh-huh.
things, really following the energy and what is fun for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. Yeah. And so your very first business, would you say was your previous one, your previous job? Or is that something that you created when you're very young and you're like, okay, that was a business?
Well, if you ask me now, business is really every interaction that we have engaging with everything, right?
Yes,
Like there is
yes.
no separation between business and personal life. And then it is like, I was thinking today, I don't even know what day of the week it is. you know,
Uh-huh.
like with access, really everything I do is fun. And if it's not anymore, if it's becoming heavy, then I go in the question. I go, okay, no, what works for me? What is true for me? What can I add to my life today?
Hmm.
Like that question is really, I'm being present with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What and who can I add to my life today that will expand my reality, my future? What I know I'm capable
Yeah.
of, what I know is fun for me.
And
And
and I love that because so many of us go to, oh no, I'm overwhelmed, I have too much to do, and So whereas when you start to look into what else can you add into your life, then creation could be even, flow with ease and, even
Exactly.
more.
And then there is the other thing that we talk in Access about being willing to let go of everything and everyone who are not adding to your creations without having a point of view if they are whatever, like letting go of that is going to create more for you, because then you are showing the universe that, okay, this is what I would like for the future, this is what I like to create as my life. Because if you have people or things that are not contributing and are heavy and are pulling you back, the universe is going to get the message that you're okay with that, and that's what's going to be created. So starting to let go of that really changed me a lot.
Yeah. And in asking the questions, basically you're asking questions
Being
all the
present.
time.
Like being present, taking action, and then also knowing, because with Access I also realize there is that it's a wave, right? Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening because you ask questions, right?
Yeah.
And then you really let the universe reshuffle itself a little bit. And while you are doing something, but sometimes it feels like you're doing nothing. And if you're not present with the tools, you can get into that fear or something, like distractor implants, what we call them in Access. But if you know, okay, I know that something is happening. And then right now for me, like in the last few days, it's like everything is coming together. Before it felt like everything was falling apart.
Chaos.
Exactly. It is the chaos that really
There
creates
we
and
are.
makes that.
Yeah, that's so cool. So for anyone that's starting business today, what would be a tool or a question you would give it to anyone?
One question that I really ask, I'm present with every morning, is where is my attention required today? Because I used to function from a checklist, like I would have so many things and I would check 1, 2, 3 and go through the list, and then I would add more. And I was in a constant doing. And now being present to the question, where is my attention required today? I have so many things going on, and then I go, oh, this and this and that. Everything else, whenever it becomes lighter,
Yeah.
And when you put your attention on the things that are required today, it's fast and easy and fun. I just going like, there was something in my head that I had to do something, and it was just not light, and I didn't feel like doing it. And I said, maybe it's not the time yet for it, and I just let it there. And then I realized it's going to be done, like one day I'm going to do parts of it, and then maybe in a few days something else. And it's so much easier.
And really that thing of, thank you for what you mentioned in the list. Sometimes when you make a list and you don't finish off, and then you start judging yourself, oh, I should have finished everything that I put in the list and so on. And that thing with really this asking the question, where is my attention required today, does really create much more. Thank you for that.
Yes,
Catalina.
plus when you have the list, the more you do, the more is going to be added to it.
Yeah.
When you are present, you realize that list is so much shorter, because not everything is required to be done every day. And then you start functioning and creating from being rather than doing, rather than being from this reality.
I love that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we almost finished. Anything that you'd like to add? It's so cool to meet you and talk to you,
Yes.
Catalina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this invitation and conversation. It's been so much fun. Yeah, just, be in the question, be present, and have fun. Whatever you do, have fun. And have people. I also realized if I do something that is fun, if I don't have people that are pleasant around me, that thing that I consider fun is not going to be fun. So for me, it's really crucial that I have people that I enjoy around me.
Yes, I love that.
It's a demand of not judging me, and have people, friends who don't judge me.
There we go. Yes.
Also something that really changed lately.
That's so cool, and I love that. And so do you have any classes coming up with your business? Anything in the pipeline?
Well, actually, I do have.
Tell us.
One, this is done different. That's supposed to happen tomorrow.
Yes.
And so far, I don't have any paying participants registered, but I have something else going on. And I realized, like, I'm going to have lunch with somebody that we're going to talk about access. And I was going, wow, is this class showing up in a totally different way
Aha. I love that.
than
Yes.
I expected? And like, that's also another thing, like not making yourself wrong for something, like really be present. What your asks are and what's showing up. If it's not showing it up the way you think it should, don't go into the wrongness of you, or or just acknowledge what if that's going to create so much more for the future than having a class the way we
That you
expect.
thought you had to be. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
What is that class creating already? Is published, is in the world. Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it is a gift already.
how much I'm creating already, exactly.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Catalina, for joining me.
Thank you, Leandra, so much for your
I
invitation.
hope to meet you in person one day around,
Yes.
somewhere in the world.
Yes. Thank you.
And we keep in touch. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Great. Bye,
Bye.
guys.